The last exercise for Excel, Chapter 5, Exercise 2. I have it opened and ready to go. So let's start with the first instructions. It says, in the enrollment worksheet, format the range A3 through F7 as a table with headers using the green table style medium 7 style, 7th column, first row in medium section. So the first thing that we need to do is open the instructions. It says drag selection A3. So let's go to A3 through F7. So that's the selection. And then it wants us to format the table. So we're going to click in the styles and it wants us to do the green table style medium on the medium 7, green table medium 7, and it's this one right here, first row. So we got it. Then and we have to make sure it says my table has headers. We've done that to make sure that my table has headers, and then click the OK button. We're done with that instruction. And then we click next. It says use the range A3 through F7 in the enrollment worksheet to create a pivot table on a new sheet named Sheet 1 and the pivot table fields pane. Place the location field in the rows area and the PowerPoint field in the values area. Close the pivot table fields pane. Perfect. This is too big, so we have to definitely follow instructions. Let's open those. And we're going to have to close it in between because the instructions or the table is going to be on this side for the menu. So first thing we need to do is drag the selection A3 through F7 in the enrollment worksheet. We have it already selected from the previous instructions, so we just leave it like that. And then click the Insert tab. So we're going to go to the tab right next to Home. It says Insert, and then we're going to click Pivot Table. And it gives us this menu right here. This is Table 1. And then it gives us a new worksheet. And then it is also telling us, click the Pivot Table button in the Tables group. Click the OK button to create a pivot table in a new worksheet named Sheet 1. So we're doing everything in here. And then we do it and it creates this Sheet 1 right here. Says with Sheet 1 active, click the location checkbox and the fields list and in the pivot tables fields pane. Okay, so we have to close this because it's going to be covering it right here. So this is the pivot table fields. So they want you to click the location in here. It says click location field at the and in the rows. Okay, this is the pivot tables field location. And in the areas below the columns, we have to move this out of the way to see this location. And in the rows area PowerPoints, this is the fields. So place the location fields in the rows area and the PowerPoint presentations in the values area. So we want to put this in the values area right here. So we select that and then we click OK and close the pivot table. So we close it and then we go next, and then it says in the Excel worksheet click cell A4. So it's cell A4 right here, and then create a cluster column pivot table. Move the chart so that its upper left corner is positioned in the upper left corner of cell E2. All right, so I'm gonna move this out of the way again to give me more space to work with. Then I get the instructions on. So I already clicked the Excel sheet tab, so I have to go to Excel sheet tab right here, and I have to select E4, which is this one right here. Okay, and then I'm gonna have to click on the pivot table analyze tab. So we're here already. Then click the pivot table button in the tools group. So close. So it's hiding. It's right here. So click on the pivot chart. Okay. Go back to the instructions. Okay, so click on the pivot chart button in the tools group. With the cluster column option selected, click OK button. And so it's already selected. All you have to do is click OK. Move the pointer over the chart border so that the chart, its upper left corner is positioned on the upper left corner cell E2. Okay, so we're going to go to E2 right here, right underneath on E2. And then we close this and we can check our answer, and hopefully this is correct and we are done with this Excel, this unit. Yes, we are done.